Gloria. See, I've never had the black unmarked helicopters except for one time. Um, and that was in 2013. I was living in New Mexico, had a lot of activity, and my landlord, his brother, former military, they could tell by the formations going over, if it was somebody important or not. Um, anyway, I decided I'd take off to Alabama to go visit. So I decided I wasn't going to use my phone the whole way, and I only talked to two people the whole trip. And I sent her a text when I got there at night. I was in the driveway. I'm here. Sent one when I got to Muscle Shoals, but then another one when I got to the driveway. Well, next morning, after 11 o'clock, I hear those egg beaters coming. They lined right up the driveway, which there's a row of pine trees, and they were at the level of the pine trees. So I just walked, on the porch, the concrete driveway part, stood there, and they came right up pine tree level. I think the pine trees were 5 years old at that time in 2013. They weren't even talking in there. A couple of them looked at me, not the guy, not the pilot, but they just were sitting there. And then my friend at the time, she comes out and she says, "Ann, what's going on?" I said, "Well, this is what I've been trying to tell you is going on, except this is the first time this type has showed up, you know? And I was trying to figure out, well, what are they there for? Are they following me from New Mexico? Where did that one come from?" As far as I know, there were only black helicopters like that at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And I was there once. I ain't talking about here. Um, so the next day, that happened again. They left. But then the next day, there was some more helicopters come up. Couldn't see, read them. But they, 4 or 5 of them flying around the property, which is like a 5-acre property. And I got a little pestered with them. So I got on the internet and I looked up Redstone Arsenal and I found Dr. Thomas Richardson, Defense Intelligence Agency. So I gave his office a call. And I said, could I please leave a message? And I said, if somebody would like to talk to me, would you please make sure Dr. Leo Sprinkle, and gosh, I always forget his name, down in Kerrville, Texas. He was a cohort of Stubblebine. And John Alexander, which I've met John too. I'll think of his name in a minute. He's used to work for Senator Byrd. He was retired naval intelligence, I believe. Kerrville, Texas. Gosh, dog it. Anyway, he's friends with Dr. Carol Rosin. That little peace group down there. But anyway, I'm gonna tell the secretary, yeah, I want Sprinkle, and this guy. Oh, CB Scott Jones. Yeah, I want those two there if somebody wants to talk to me, and we'll talk about anything they want to talk about. But please stop wasting taxpayers' dollars by sending these unmarked helicopters and other ones around property where I am visiting. And explain to her I just left New Mexico and, had several photos and videos of all the activity that they were so interested in while I was living there. So, gosh. And during that time, I get a hold of Rich Hoffman. And Rich goes over on base and starts trying to find out where that unmarked black helicopter came from. But a few days later, I was taking a walk. Oh gosh. And right on Highway 231, there in Farley, Alabama, there's this white car. And she stops right in the middle of the freaking highway. And then here comes this other white car, pulls off right in front of me, comes right toward me, but slowed down and stopped. There's 4 people in that car. And I looked over at that woman, and she had her phone just going. So there was two men and 2 women in that one car in front of me. And 2 of them got out, started toward me. And I looked at her, that lady in the car, looked at them. I just dropped a horseback stance and I pulled out I can't say it on here, but I pulled out a little protection device. And I said, this shit ain't happening today. They got back in their car and they left. So, come to find out, that was a Defense Intelligence Agency. They just thought they'd just come get me themselves, and have a little chit-chat, as one of my friends calls it. So, yeah. And then I meet some people inside the Social Security Administration through Rich Hoffman, who used to live in Puerto Rico and was in the military, but he got him a real good job, Social Security office there in Birmingham. Strange things, a lot of strange things. And then there was Leah Haley back in the day, remember her? She was just not too far down the road over in Decatur, Alabama, having the same similar childhood experiences I did. Can you imagine that? Yeah. But they really don't want to mess with me, Gloria.